All right, let's talk about something you run into every single day, whether you realize it or not: a brand's voice. Today, we're going to crack the code and break down exactly how companies use personality to make a real human connection with you. You know that feeling, right? When you're reading an ad or maybe scrolling through Instagram and you just connect. It feels like the company behind that product is speaking your language, like they're talking directly to you. Well, let me tell you, that is absolutely not an accident. It's the result of a really powerful and carefully built tool called brand tone of voice. And it's how the smartest companies build actual human connections in a super crowded world. So, why does this matter so much? I mean, can't a brand just sell stuff? Well, not really, not anymore. In today's world, it is so noisy. And to cut through all of that, you've got to have a personality. So, what are we actually talking about here? Let's get a definition down. A brand's tone of voice is basically its unique personality, and it comes to life through the words, the style, and the messaging it uses. It's how a brand talks, and you'll see it everywhere: their website, their ads, social media, even the way they write customer service emails. And honestly, the impact of getting this right is huge. This isn't just some fluffy marketing talk. A clear voice builds real trust. Why? Well, think about it. Consistency makes things predictable, and our brains are literally wired to see predictable things as trustworthy. It creates emotional bonds, makes a brand stick in your mind, and maybe most importantly, it keeps the message consistent, which is the absolute bedrock of a strong brand. Okay, this next part is where a lot of people get tripped up, but don't worry, we're going to make this super, super clear. People often use the words voice and tone like they're the same thing, but they're not. They're two different things that work together as a team. So here's the crucial difference. Your brand's voice is its core personality. It's who you are deep down. It should never, ever change. That's the what. Now your brand's tone, that's its mood. It's the emotional flavor you add in different situations. So while the voice is always the same, the tone has to adapt. For instance, the excited tone you use for a big product launch is going to be way different from the caring, empathetic tone you use when a customer has a problem, right? And I absolutely love this analogy because it just makes everything click. Your voice is Batman. He's always the same hero. That's his core identity. But his tone, that's the mood he uses. The way he talks to Commissioner Gordon is totally different from how he confronts the Joker. Same Batman, different tone for the situation. It's perfect. All right, so we've covered the what and the why. Now let's roll up our sleeves and get practical. Let's talk about the how. How does a brand actually figure out what its unique voice should be? It can feel like a huge task. I get it. You're trying to bottle up the entire spirit of a company into a style of communicating. But it's not as scary as it sounds. You can actually break it down into a pretty clear process. It really boils down to 3 foundational steps. First, you have to look in the mirror and define your core values. What do you truly stand for? Are you witty and playful, or are you serious and authoritative? Your voice has to be authentic to who you are. Second, you have to look out the window and really understand your audience. Who are you talking to? What do they care about? You have to speak their language. And finally, you build a bridge between those two things by choosing your words. This is where you pick the exact vocabulary and style that brings your values to life for your audience. Okay, theory is great and all, but the best way to really get this stuff is to see it out in the wild. So let's take a look at a few brands that are just absolute masters of the game. Come on, 3 simple words. The entire planet knows who we're talking about. Nike. This isn't just a tagline. It is the perfect summary of their entire brand voice. And everything, I mean everything, Nike says and does, echoes this personality. Their voice is empowering, it's motivational, it pushes you, it's confident, it's determined, and it speaks directly to that inner athlete inside every single one of us. Next up, Apple. Now, this isn't an official slogan, but man, does it perfectly capture the brand's whole vibe. Everything they create is filtered through this idea. Apple's voice is just elegant. It's all about simplicity and innovation. Their communication is clean, it's minimal, it's aspirational. It makes you feel like if you own their products, you're part of something smart and forward-thinking. And for our last one, a true classic, Coca-Cola. This slogan doesn't just sell a drink, it sells an entire feeling. Coca-Cola's voice feels like a warm hug. It's all about creating these happy, shared moments. It's so friendly, and it taps into that feeling of nostalgia and togetherness. Their whole message is about sharing and joy, and it makes the brand feel like a comfortable old friend. So, after looking at how the pros do it, let's bring this all back home. Because whether you're building a global empire or just working on a small personal brand online, the rules of the game are exactly the same. And if there is one single word I want you to take away from all of this, it is this: consistency. Your voice has to sound and feel the same across every single platform. When a customer can recognize your personality everywhere they interact with you, that's when you build that deep trust. That's what makes your brand feel authentic and real. So I'm going to leave you with a little challenge. Think of your absolute favorite brand. The next time you see one of their ads or scroll past one of their posts, just pause for a second. Don't just look at what they're saying, listen for how they're saying it. I promise you'll start to hear that unique voice everywhere, and you'll see just how powerful this whole thing really is.